Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to historic Larks Park and the 75th anniversary season of Hayes Larks Baseball. Tonight's Rocky Mountain Baseball League contest is the wrap-up game of this 4-game series and features the Colorado RoughRiders from Superior, Colorado, and your Hayes Larks. The Larks are currently 25-4 on the season, and at 13-2 are the Rocky Mountain Baseball League 2021 champions. The RoughRiders enter tonight's game at 5-14 overall, 4-12 in the RMBL. Free admission for tonight's game has been made possible through the generous sponsorship of Horizon Appliance Electronics and Mattresses, Adams Brown CPAs, and Golden Belt Bank in Hayes and Ellis. We greatly appreciate these generous people and their support of Hayes Larks Baseball. And now let's meet tonight's starters for your championship, Hayes Larks.
Yeah, baby.
Leading off and playing center field from the University of Nebraska, number 5, Tyler Palmer. Batting second, the left fielder from Hayes, number 33, Dylan Dreiling. Batting third, the shortstop from the University of Tennessee, number 22, Cortland Lawson. Batting fourth from Fort Hays State University, the right fielder, number 21, Grant Schmidt. Batting fifth, the third baseman from Kansas City, Kansas Community College, number 4, Palmer Hutchison. Batting sixth, playing second base from Fort Hays State University, number 17, Ken Pearson. Batting seventh and catching from Murray State Community College, number 7, Brady Evans. And batting eighth, the designated hitter from the University of Oklahoma, number 28, Kay Brown. Batting ninth, tonight's 8th Street Liquor Beverage batter from Butler Community College, the first baseman, number 25, Brock Loomis. Please welcome the Larks pitcher from Fort Hays State University, number 24, Hunter Parker. And Larks fans, in his 40th season as head coach for the Larks, please welcome Mr. Frank Leo. Larks pitching coach is Keith Harper. Assistant coach is Max McGuire. Ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad you could join us, ladies and gentlemen, for this evening's ball game. We hope you have a great time here at Larks Park. And now, please welcome Liam and Pepper Bridges. Wow! Nice job, Liam. Nice shot, Trevor. Thanks to tonight's game sponsors, Orion Appliance Electronics and Mattresses, Adams Brown CPAs, and Golden Bell Bank of Hayes and Ellis.
Down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! For the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 4 of this 4-game series against the RoughRiders, the Larks' 30th game and their 75th anniversary season. Hunter Parker on the mound, making his team leading 6 starts to get things going. Throws a first pitch strike here to Jordan McClellan. This one again in the zone. Hunter Parker's been hot lately on the mound, and if the RoughRiders give him any momentum, they could find themselves in some trouble. McClellan at the top of the order in center field today. Parker from the windup, the 0-2 home, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 32 this season for Hunter. So 3-pitch strikeout to get things going. Can't start the game better if you're the Larks. Parker comes into this game. He's 4th on the team in strikeouts, has the 3rd best strikeout per walk ratio, and has thrown the 3rd most innings. And this 6th start is the team leading stats for that. Second best ERA among starters, and the 2nd best whip among starters. He's a Colorado native playing for the Larks, has thrown 4 pitches, all of them in the zone here to start the game. Look at Trenton Harris, the 2-hole shortstop. Parker from the windup, the righty delivers, comes home inside on a fastball, 1 ball and a strike. It's game 4 of this 4-game series. Larks have won the first 3. They're looking for yet another sweep this season. Parker home, off speed, swing under it. We'll go 1-2. Larks enter this game 25-4 on the season. They're on the 13-game winning streak, and they are the Rocky Mountain Baseball League champions. Winning it and clinching it last night. Still quite a few league games left. have 5 games left on the season. After this one, all against league opponents. RoughRiders 4-12 in the league. They're in last place in the league that's been decided. 5-14 overall. This one's off the inside of the bat of Harris. Hutchison in the hot corner scoops it, throws to his fellow Hayes, Kansas native Loomis, and it's in time for out number 2. Hunter Parker's last outing was a dominant one. He went 9 innings, got a complete game shutout against the Fort Collins Foxes 8 days ago. Got his second win of the season and his 5th start. In that game, struck out 5 guys, no walks, and obviously no earned runs with it being a shutout. 2 away here as we go to Hayden Luft. Parker's 2-0 this season. He's making his 8th appearance. His 6th start, he has 2 other appearances in relief. He's thrown 28 2/3, has 31 strikeouts into the game. Stands at 32 now. He's walked just 4 guys and is one of a handful of guys on the Larks roster that just refuses to give up walks. He's only has 12 earned runs this season, giving up 25 hits. Makes for an ERA of 2.93, and he has a whip of 1.01. 1-1 count here to the 3-hole Hayden Luft, the first baseman. Been moved across the defensive alignment from yesterday's game, getting the start at first base. This one will miss outside. 2 balls and a strike here to the first baseman. Parker has an opponent batting average of .223. Keeps it low. And that's the 3rd highest on the team among starters. Touched on how the Larks like to strike out a lot of guys. You saw that in yesterday's game. Jake Fitzgibbons came up just 1 hit shy of a 7-inning no-hitter. Through 7 innings, 1 hit, struck out 15 of his 21 outs, allowed 2 walks, and was a dominant performance in a game that the Larks won 5-0. 3-1 will be a walk, and it's just the 5th walk Hunter Parker's allowed this season, and head to first base is Luck. Takes us to Noah Gaselli. He's pitched in this series and is playing back-to-back games in left field. Talked about the strikeouts. Fitzgibbons is currently leading the team in strikeouts, but Parker's sitting in 4th place. He'll look to move up today. Larks are a team, I just said it, throw a lot more strikeouts than they do walk. Don't allow a lot of walks. The Larks have struck out 170 more guys than they've allowed walks. Crazy numbers. And they have 69 more strikeouts than hits allowed. 1-0 popped up. It's going to go back to the backstop and into the grandstand.
For foul balls, when you return up to Tolan, we're to 10 at the Larks Nest, courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
1 ball and 1 strike here to Gaselli, the left fielder. Gaselli, utility guy, going up against the righty. Parker looks over his shoulder and goes home from the stretch. This one's lined to the backstop. We'll go 1-2. Parker, a Colorado native, spent a couple of years at Western Nebraska before heading to Fort Hays State University. Larks had another guy scheduled to pitch in yesterday's game when Derek DeGalati, and then when Fitz was taking a no-hitter into the last inning of the game, they decided, let's save his arm for tomorrow. So expect to see him. Diving effort here from Palmer in left center field is not going to bring home the ball. It was a great effort for Tyler Palmer, but it does allow a double to Gaselli, and Love goes to 3rd. So, touching on that, after Parker, who Larks want to take probably around 5-6 innings, maybe 7. Expect to see Munch and then DeGalati after Parker. 2 in scoring position here in the top of the 1st. Parker didn't allow a run in his last start, and in his second to last start only had 3 earned runs, and then before that, through 5 innings and that start, and had no earned runs. Just 3 earned runs in his last 20 innings of pitching. Talked about it in the last game he threw. You take away that game day Saints outing, and his numbers are terrific. He still has great numbers, but that performance against the Saints was an outlier for Parker, who continues his dominance here in the first. Strikes out 1, gets a ground out and a fly out. Leaves 2 in scoring position, unfazed by the runners, and sends us to the bottom half of the first. Hayes and the RoughRiders tied at 0. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned in to Larks Network. Bottom of the first, top of the order, leading it off for the Larks will be Tyler Palmer, left fielder out of the University of Nebraska. Got the start in left field yesterday and is today the starting center fielder for the hometown team. This one over the outside corner, first pitch here for Matt Garcia, called strike. Garcia on the mound, he's a southpaw, and we'll see how long the RoughRiders take him. They haven't thrown one pitcher very long at all this season against the Larks, and Palmer reads this one well, takes it deep to the left field side, but it will roll foul. 0-2 on one that didn't land until it was past the bullpen. Palmer lead it off, and Dylan Dreiling, the Hayes native, on deck. 3 Hayes, Kansas natives in the lineup for the Larks tonight. The 0-2 sent to the backstop, and we will stay 0-2. Check out how the Larks line up after this AB. Tyler Palmer got a hat trick last night, struck out 3 times and 4 at-bats. Home-plate umpire Tony Vega will go and get that ball before we can get pitch number 4 here to Palmer. Larks, the Rocky Mountain Baseball League champs. They've been in this league for 2 years and have won 2 titles. And that was after winning the KCLB tournament in 2019 and winning the Jayhawk League in 2018. It's their 3rd league in 4 years, and they have won it both years they've been in it. 1-2 as this one is at the eyes over the plate to Palmer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here we go. Garcia delivers home, gets a ground ball over to Frank Leo, and we'll go 1-2 again. Palmer fouling off quite a few here in this AB. Garcia, 2020 grad out of Louisville, Colorado. Played at Monarch High School. He's a 6'1 southpaw that's currently going to USC Aiken. It's a D2 school in South Carolina. Southpaw from Louisville, Colorado goes home and gets Palmer down on strikes. Strikeout number 4 the past 2 days for Palmer, and he'll go down looking. And the Larks will come up to Dylan Dreiling. Let's check out how the Larks line up in this game. Tyler Palmer led it off, and then we'll go to Dylan Dreiling, one of 3 Hayes natives in the lineup. Then to Lawson, Dylan Dreiling's future teammate at the University of Tennessee. Schmidt, the Fort Hays State Tiger, batting cleanup. Hutch batting 5th, the 2nd Hayes native in the lineup. Bearson batting 6th, the 2nd Fort Hays State Tiger in the lineup. Then to Evans, Brown, and then Loomis, the 3rd Hayes native in the lineup at the bottom of the order. First pitch here to Dreiling in his first game against the RoughRiders. Will miss inside, or catch the inside part of the plate. No balls and a strike here to the Tennessee commit. It's Dylan's first game playing in this 4-game series. He's played in 10 games now for the Larks, batting .364 with an OBP of .452. He has 9 hits this year, 7 singles, a double, and he has a grand slam also. Has 10 RBIs, and he scored 4 times for the Larks. Hasn't spent the entire summer with the Larks, but the Larks are glad to have him back. He's the grandson of head coach Frank Leo, and he has a 1-1 count here against Garcia. 1-1 home. Dreiling sends it to first base. It bounces a couple times, and Love picks it up and tags first himself. 2 up, 2 down for the Larks in the first. Takes us to Cortland Lawson.
The shortstop, number 22, Cortland Lawson.
Cortland coming up to the plate now, has been aboard in every single game he's played for the Larks this season. And last night in the 2nd game, went 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. 2-way first delivery to him off the plate. 1 ball and no strike to the Tennessee Volunteer. Saw a Tennessee Volunteer throw a 1-hitter last night, and we got 2 Tennessee Volunteers batting 2-3 in this game. 1-0 home, Garcia versus Lawson. The southpaw delivers. It's an off-speed that's taken to the Larks' dugouts. We'll go 1-1 here to Lawson. Lawson this season batting .396 with an on-base percentage of .569, and is looking for the record books here in this game. Has his 2nd highest OBP on the team, and him and Divis and Evans, all looking at on-base percentage records in a single season for the Larks uniform. 2 balls and a strike here to Lawson. Lawson, despite only playing in 16 games, has picked up 21 walks. That is the most on the team by 3. The guy in second place has played in 5 more games than him. 2-1. He swings at this one. Can't make contact. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schmidt on deck with Hutchison in the hole for Hayes. Beautiful night for some baseball. It's going to be a great evening at the park. Good turnouts. Big crowd here for Game 4 of 4 as the Larks look for the sweep. Hanging around 85 degrees here in Hayes, Kansas, with a strong breeze coming in from right center. Lawson will stay alive, sending the 2-2 ball to the backstop, and will stay at 2-2 and get pitch number 6 of this at-bats. Larks sporting their fresh retro uniforms for this game. The cream uniforms with the blue number and the red letters, blue hat, blue helmets. It's the Larks' first year with these uniforms, and they're a fan favorite. And the count is even. Lawson takes this one to left field. It's well hit. Gaselli won't get to it. It drops in left. Lawson rounds first and will return back to first with a 2-out base hit. And now has been aboard in 17 games this season.
From Hawaii State University, the right fielder, number 21, Grant Schmidt.
This takes us to Grant Schmidt. Schmidt had a 10-game hitting streak going into Game 2 of yesterday's ball game and had it snapped. Some of those hitting streaks came to an end yesterday. Davis had his 18-game hitting streak snapped, but it was a game that was only the Larks got a hit in 6 innings, so it's tough to really count it out, but it will go down as the end of a hitting streak. Schmidt sends this pitch to the second baseman, Sunling, who tosses it to Harris for out number 3, getting Lawson out. Larks get a hit, but silent in the first. We go to the second, no score in Hayes. Time for the second we go here in Hayes, Kansas. Hunter Parker returns to the rubber. First batter he'll face will be Trevor Moore, the right fielder, batting 6th in the order. Parker allowed a walk and a double in the first inning, but left 2 in scoring position. Looking to get 3 outs here and send us to the bottom half, still scoreless. Gets this one over the corner, 1 ball and a strike here to the right fielder. Parker, a Colorado native, going up against a team from Colorado. And this one's over the head of Lawson into left field. It's the second hit Parker's allowed this season and the 27th hit he's allowed. The second hit he's allowed today, the 27th of the season. Parker's 6'1" redshirt junior for the Fort Hays State Tigers. This year made 12 appearances going 4-3 with 51 strikeouts through 51 in the third innings. About 17 guys after redshirting his 2020 season. Runner at first here with nobody out. Check over, not in time. Get to the Larks defensive alignment after this at bat here from Mark Hunter, the DH. Hunter in his last game, 0 for 3, got struck out 3 times, all against Jake Fitzgibbons. Saw Fitz get 3 hat tricks against the RoughRiders yesterday. Hauser went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, so did Carter, and so did Hunter. It was just a dominant outing for the Tennessee Volunteer on the mound. 1 ball and a strike here. Hunter Parker's first outing of the season was against the Roughnecks on the June 6th outing. It was game 3 of the season. He went 3 innings in the start, got a win, as it was scheduled to go 3 pitchers, each with 3 innings. Allowed 2 hits, struck out 5 and walked a guy. His next outing was against the Saints when he went 2 1/3 in the start, and 11 runs scored on him. A couple of those weren't earned, and the Larks pulled him pretty early. In that game, he just didn't look like the Hunter Parker the Larks fans, the Fort Hays State Tigers, Western Nebraska CC, and the Colorado natives know. But then he bounced back in his next game, went 1 1/3 in relief against the Cougars, striking out 2 with no hits. And then outing number 4 continued to ride that hot streak, allowed just 1 hit against the Collegians, and struck out 3 guys. Since then, it's been 3 consecutive starts, now 4 consecutive starts with this game. He'll go home from the stretch, but not before checking over at Moore. Ball gets away from Loomis. He kind of had to reach over the runner, and he didn't get it. Pearson chases it into right field, and the runner advances to second. We'll put that error in the stat sheet on Parker. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out with the runner in scoring position at second base. This is the 7th team that Parker has faced off against this season. Faced the Junction City Brigade 2 times. Both had starts, threw a 1-hitter in 5 innings, then threw 6 innings and struck out 7 with 3 runs scoring on them. That 5 innings against Junction was a game that the Larks should have won. He was dominant. They pulled him early. His pitch count wasn't even above 70, but he was only scheduled to go 5 innings, and the Larks pulled him on that 28th Monday. The June 28th. It was a Monday evening game, and the Larks pulled him and ended up losing. He was in position to pick up his 2nd win of the season, and then got his 2nd true win of the season against Fort Collins this last Tuesday. Full counts, payoff pitch sent to right field. Wind going in strong from the right field side. We'll see if that has any effects on balls flown into the outfield. Parker looks at the runner at second, comes home, the payoff pitch again. Line to center, Palmer comes in, it drops in front of him. They're going to hold the runner at third, and that is Hunter Parker's 3rd hit allowed today. He has runners on the corners with nobody out. 2 singles in this inning after a double in the first and a walk in the first. They'll do damage control here and try to get things going for the Larks. Brady Evans steps in front of the plate and gives the signs to his defense. So let's check out how the defensive alliance here. Dreiling in left field, getting his first start at left field. Palmer moving from left field to center for this game. Schmidt again in right field. Hutch, the ever-consistent third baseman, back in the hot corner. Lawson at short. Pearson at second. And Loomis getting his 2nd appearance at first base this season with Brady Evans behind the plate. Pop up on the first pitch over the backstop, over the grandstand, and out of the ballpark. We'll go 0-1 here to Nathan Churchich. Churchich pitched game 1 of this series and is back in the order today after going 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in yesterday's game at the bottom of the order. They're batting him in the 8 hole today, and the third baseman has an 0-1 count. Parker comes home, runner stay, and this one will miss outside. 1 ball and a strike. RoughRiders have lost 5 of their last 7 games, and the Larks are undefeated in the month of July. 1-1 home, grounded to the third base side, and it will go left of the bag as Hutchison chased into foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 on, nobody out. Tony Vega wants some new balls, so the Larks will break him out and get it to him. Larks dugout was a little confused on what was going on there for some reason. 1-2. Parker looks over his left shoulder at Hunter. Moore at third. And the 1-2 home. Just above the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker spent 2 years at Western Nebraska before going to Hays, Kansas to play for the Tigers. In his career at Western Nebraska, made 22 appearances, struck out 101 guys, picked up 7 wins, and threw 14 starts. 2-2 will punch out his second batter of the day, number 33 this season. He gets Churchich to go down looking, and now a double play would end the inning. Larks turned a lot of double plays, and Lawson and Pearson communicate with each other before this AB against Sunling in the bottom of the order. See what that middle infield can do here, and Parker will look to get him a ball to turn 2 on. 1 away, Hunter at first, Moore at third. As the Larks try to get out of this inning, Pearson creeps close to second base. Lawson straight up at the shortstop spots. First delivery home, fastball line to right field. Schmidt will catch it in front of his chest, and that will be out number 2. Runners retreat back to their bases as Moore, no way he was going to tag up on that one. It's a line outs for Sunling, and there's 2 away.
Top of the Colorado RoughRider batting order, the center fielder, number 6, Jordan McClellan.
Larks got 1 hit in the first inning, left nobody on. In the first inning for the RoughRiders, they picked up a hit and a walk. They left 2 guys on, both in scoring position. Parker looking to make them leave 2 on for the second straight inning here against McClellan at the top of the order. Ground ball to the left field side. It'll go foul. Will go 0-1. McClellan struck out in the first inning to get things going on 3 pitches. McClellan didn't play in the Larks' last game against the RoughRiders, getting some time off. Parker looks home, gets the signs from Evans, looks over his shoulder at Hunter. At first, that's Mark Hunter at first, Hunter Parker on the mound. And this one is going to be popped over the left field side. It's in the infield. Hutchison calls off Lawson, and after allowing back-to-back singles, Parker gets 3 straight outs and leaves 2 on again for the second straight inning. We go to the bottom half. Hays and the RoughRiders scoreless. Bottom of the second, Palmer Hutchison will lead it off. The third baseman is fifth in the order and getting his first look at Garcia. Garcia struck out one and allowed a hit in the first inning and got a ground out from Schmidt to end the first. This one will be blocked by Brady. Hutchison in the last game of yesterday's ball game went 1 for 3 with a run scored. Currently riding a 2-game hitting streak, looking to make it 3 in this AB. Takes this one to right center field. McClellan and Moore running at it. Moore will call off McClellan and make the catch 20 feet in front of the 349 sign for out number 1 of the second.
From Forte State University, the second baseman, number 17, Cam Pearson.
One away, base is empty as we go to Cam Pearson. He batted at the bottom of the order in yesterday's ball game. Is batting 6th today. And game 2, Cam went 1 for 2 with a walk. Cam takes this one to deep left center field. Moving back is McClellan. He makes the catch right in front of the warning track. 2 well-hit balls, but both caught in front of the 349 signs in left center and right center.
From Murray State Community College, tonight's catcher, number 7, Brady Evans.
Takes this to Brady Evans. Started game 1 yesterday, and then had game 2 off. Brady sports that number 7 jersey. This season he's batting .377 with an on-base percentage of .507. Has 20 hits, 12 singles, and then 8 extra base hits, a pair of triples, and then he has 3 home runs and 3 doubles. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Evans. 2-way, bases empty in the bottom of the second inning. Garcia, the southpaw from USC Aiken, comes home. Didn't make an appearance this year for the Pacers in South Carolina. And his first year at USCA. Throws this one home. He catches the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike here to Evans. Cade Brown on deck with Loomis in the hole for the Larks if Hayes needs him. Brady Evans has a 3-game hitting streak. That's tied for the 3rd longest on the team after the top 2 in yesterday's game were ended. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the catcher from Murray State College. He's an Oklahoma native, stayed in Oklahoma for his collegiate ball, but brought his talents to Hayes, Kansas for the summer. 2-2, 2 away. Garcia, the southpaw versus the righty Evans. Garcia delivers. Evans chops it to the third base side. And Churchich comes in and will throw out Evans by just a step. It's a 1-2-3 second for Garcia and co. And it takes us to the 3rd. No score here in Hayes, Kansas. Top of the third, Hunter Parker returns to the mound. 0-1 count here against Trent Harris. Harris 0-for on the day with a ground out to Palmer Hutchison. No balls and 2 strikes here with nobody out, nobody on. In the third inning, it's a scoreless game here on Larks Network. Got a trio of Larks legends, Kavanaugh, Lung, and Corral, tonight's ticket sellers for the Larks, all stopping by the camera. Expect them to stop by the booth later tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Harris, the shortstop. Hunter Parker almost had his strikeouts, but missed the zone, much to what he thought was the wrong call. We'll go 1-2 again here to Harris. Love on deck with Gaselli in the hole. One-two, Parker from the windup. His delivery home from 24, swung on and fouled to the Larks dugouts. Parker's allowed 3 hits in this game, a walk, and he's left 4 guys on. The 1-2 home again. Parker delivers. Pop fly in the middle of the infield, moving back, and Pearson will slide and takes it off his glove, and it'll drop in front of Palmer. Great effort from Pearson, but it'll drop in the triangle of Lawson, Pearson, and Palmer for a single.
The first baseman, number 13, Hayden Left.
A runner at first here with nobody outs. It's the second straight inning with a leadoff single. Just a tough play. It was placed in a great spot of the park. Pearson gave chase, slide it, had it in his glove, and then it bounced out and into center. Swing and a miss. Luff's timing off on this swing. He has an 0-1 count. Gaselli on deck with Rady in the hole. Parker has thrown 30 2/3 innings this season and has 33 strikeouts, 2 of those in this game. Loomis at first, holding Harris on. Harris gets his lead. It's not a very big one. Parker ignores him, goes home. Fastball misses the low outside corner. 1 ball and a strike. Parker from the Aurora, Arvada, Colorado area in high school. Had an ERA around 4, but had an opponent batting average up way below what would have been. It was lower than what would be a good opponent batting average, so it was a great opponent batting average of 236 on the mound through 1 complete game in high school, according to Max Prep, striking out 42 guys. His 2019 sophomore season at Western Nebraska, made 10 appearances, picking up 6 wins, striking out 50 through 40 2/3, and was an Omaha World Herald on Nebraska JUCO honorable mention. He'll get the 2-1 delivery here in the zone, and it's a 2-2 count here to Luff. Parker's first season at Western Nebraska, he made 12 appearances, picking up 1 win, striking out 51 guys, and was a Region 9 All-Star. Parker comes home, the 2-2 delivery above the letters, and he has a full count. RoughRiders trying not to get swept tonight. Adam Miller gives the signs to Trenton Harris. We'll see if he's running on the payoff pitch. He is. Parker goes home, misses inside in the stolen base attempt. It won't matter. It's Parker's second walk of the game, his first since the first inning. And for the 3rd straight inning, there's 2 on. Parker got a strikeout and a ground out to start the game, then allowed a walk and a double in the first, but then got a fly out to Palmer to end the inning. In the second, he allowed back-to-back singles, then retaliated with a strikeout, a line out, and a pop-up. For outs 1, 2, and 3, left those 2 guys on. This inning, he's allowed a single and a walk, and throws a first pitch ball here to Noe Gaselli. Gaselli on the day, 1 for 1 with that double back in the first inning. This is the second time through the order for the RoughRiders. We're at the 4 spot, the cleanup guy. 1-0, Parker comes home. Gets a swing and a miss, 1 ball and a strike. Caselli out of Willamette University. Going up against the Fort Hays State Tiger. The 1-1 home. It catches the inside part of the plate. A great frame from Evans. Gets the call from Tony Vega. And Caselli did not like the call. Caselli from Boulder, Colorado. Went up against the Aurora Arvada, Colorado native. The 1-2 home. Parker off speed, high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count is even. 2-on, 2-2 count. Nobody out here in the top of the third in a scoreless ball game. This one sent to left field. That was a great swing from Caselli. Brought his hands in and took it into left field, pulling it. It drops and scores a run, and the RoughRiders have the lead. Harris scores. Caselli picks up his second hit of the day and picks up an RBI. 3 straight base runners for the third inning.
Number 46, Kyle Rady.
Takes this to Kyle Rady. Parker has allowed 5 hits in this game through 2 statistical innings of pitching. Through 9 innings, allowed 7 hits in his last outing. And the one before that, 6 innings on 5 hits. And then before that, 5 innings, only allowing 1 hit. No balls in a strike as this first pitch to Kyle Rady gets in the zone. Parker offsets his front foot, looks at the runner at second a couple times, comes home, gets a chopper over to the Larks dugouts. Rady and Parker from the same hometown, facing off against here in Hays, Kansas. He's out at Dubuque College. His teammates Alex Sunling plays at Dubuque with them, and he's at the bottom of the order. Parker picks up strikeout number 3 on the day, number 34 of the season, round number 1 of the third.
Right fielder, number 32, Trevor Moore.
This will bring us to Trevor Moore, the right fielder. He singled back in the second inning, but then was left at first base after 3 straight outs. Swings at this one, but can't make contact. No balls in a strike. 1 away, 2 on, 1 in scoring position at second with an 0-1 count. Hunter on deck with Churchich in the hole. Swung off Brady Evans. He blocks it, throws to second. The tag will not be applied in time, and runners move up 90 feet. Left to third, Caselli at second, and the double play is off the table. Moore, a Golden, Colorado native, just like Dylan Drouling is going into his senior year of high school. He's a Stanford commit. This is the same Trevor Moore on perfect game. And on the 2-1 count, Harper's going to come out of the dugout and have a chat with his pitcher. We'll come back after the break. 2 balls in a strike here to Trevor Moore, the right fielder, who's already 1 for 1 on the day with a single. Has 2 in scoring position. This one will be fouled off the edge of his bat to the backstop. 2-2. I do not believe this to be the same Trevor Moore that was listed on Perfect Game. This Trevor Moore is the 2020 class, graduated out of Superior, Colorado, and he lines this one to left field and singles home run. And that's Hunter Barker's 3rd single out of the inning. It scores the 2nd run. Love scores. Moore picks up an RBI. And there's runners on the corners.
The RoughRiders designated hitter, number 24, Mark Hunter.
Caselli at 3rd with Moore at 1st as we go to Mark Hunter. He singled in the 2nd inning. Got to second base, but was left there. Hunter the DH. As Churchich on deck with Sunling in the hole. Inning-ending double play set up for the Larks. This one chopped over the third base side to Hutchison, to Pearson, to Loomis. It's in time. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and it's just what the doctor ordered for the Larks pitching staff. Larks are trailing 2. And by 2, as we go to the bottom of the 3rd, they'll look to rally and get on the scoreboard here for the first time tonight on Larks Network. Cade Brown, the DH in Oklahoma Sooner, lead off the bottom of the 3rd for the Larks. He's batting the 8th hole today, has a first pitch off speed outside. 1 ball and no strikes here to Brown. Trying to get things going for the Larks in the bottom of the 3rd. He's gave up a pair of runs in the top of this inning. They're 3-0 against the RoughRiders this season, winning 6 straight against them over the past 2 seasons. This is a ground ball over to the shortstop, Harris, and he will throw out to Brown in time. That is the 5th straight Lark retired, a 2nd straight ground out. And after Garcia's 1-2-3 seconds, continuing his success here in the 3rd. We'll go to Brock Loomis at the bottom of the order, the first baseman, in the lineup for the first time in this series. Brock has the least amount of starts for the team among guys that have been healthy for the year, and kind of be frustrated with the lack of appearances for Brock, who's a very talented catcher for the Larks. The Larks also have 2 other catchers in Evans and Crown. But Brock only has 11 plate appearances this month. Grounds this one to Sunling at second on the 0-1 count. Hustles down 90 feet to first base, but he'll be thrown out. And we're in danger of a second straight 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to Tyler Palmer, who struck out 4 times in his last 5 at-bats. He's tied for the team lead in home runs with 6. He's driven in 17 and scored 18. He had a really hot streak going in and starting the month of July, but he's looking to get the momentum going and back here in this game. Garcia's only struck out 1 through 2 1/3, allowed 1 hit, and has left 0 guys on base. 1-0 count here to Palmer as this one misses the zone. Garcia's thrown 70% strikes today, 27 pitches, 1 hit, and he'll allow his second hit of the day as Palmer takes this one down the left field line. It rolls to the corner, and he rounds first and has a 2-out double. Second 2-out double of the day. The other one came from Giselli for the RoughRiders. This one will be in favor of the Larks, and they will have their first runner in scoring position of the ball game. Looking to bring home Palmer will be Dylan Dreiling, the Tennessee commit. Has driven in 10 runs in 9 games, 4 of them on 1 swing of the bat on a grand slam. That was back on June 19th against the Cougars. It was a 2-hit game for Dreiling. Dreiling did play against the RoughRiders on Monday. Pinch hit and 1 at-bat. Had a hit. It was a single. Has a 1-0 count here against Garcia on this Wednesday evening ball game. Home. Garcia looks in. Lefty versus lefty matchup. And this one home. Dreiling, the only left-handed hitter on the team for the Larks that also throws left-handed. Larks have a handful of guys who throw right-handed but hit. They throw right-handed but hit left-handed. Guys like Zach Henry, Grant Lung, Cord Jackson, none of them in the lineup tonight. They do have some guys like that. Same with Wyatt Divis, but those guys not in the order tonight. All will be right-handed bats with the exception of Dreiling in the order today. 2-0 home. It's above the letters to Dreiling. He has a 3-0 count. With the tying run at the plate, 2 away, runner at second in the bottom of the third. Garcia looks at Palmer, nobody there by second if he wants to throw. Comes home for pitch number 4, and Dreiling's taking this one all the way. 3-1 hitters count for number 33. Dreiling got a lot of recognition this year for the Hayes High Indians and was recognized by Sports in Kansas as one of the best pitchers in the state pretty recently. 3-1 count. It'll be a walk, and Rady decides to not throw down to third as Palmer stealing the bag, and we'll have runners on the corners with 2 away. Palmer overslid the bag. I still get a little nervous seeing him run after knowing his ankle situation. He injured it in the Larks' first road game of the season and has some experience on the base paths this season, hobbling with it. He has to play through a lot of pain, and he will steal his 12th stolen base this season in 14 attempts. Set his high school single-season stolen base record and the career record in Nebraska, and puts himself on third base here in Kansas. Brings Cortland Lawson, a dangerous hitter, to the plate. 2-3 in the order, Tennessee Volunteers. This Volunteer has an 0-1 count. Schmidt on deck with Hutchison in the hole. Lawson on the day, 1 for 1, has the Larks' lone hit of the game before Tyler Palmer stumbled in this third inning. 2 straight base runners aboard. That was Garcia's first walk allowed of the day, and he gets a foul ball to Lawson, 0-2. Lawson has been aboard in every game this season for the Larks. And after that single at first, bumped it up to a 17-game on-base streak. That's second on the team behind Wyatt Davis, who is rocking a 22-game on-base streak. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 on. Garcia comes home. Dylan Dreiling takes off. Lawson grounds this one to the third baseman, Churchich. The only play is at first. It's a throw low, but Luff does a nice job to snag that one off the turf and save a run and an error. Larks put 2 on with 2 outs, but don't get anything from it. Sends us to the 4th inning. Hayes down 2-0 against the RoughRiders. Larks leave a pair aboard in the 3rd inning. After the RoughRiders scored 2 runs, they're down 2-0 as Hunter Parker goes back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. He holds the longest outing this season for the Larks. That was 9 innings 8 days ago. And throws a first pitch strike here to Nathan Churchich. Churchich struck out looking in the 2nd inning and is getting his 2nd at-bats. Missed time this swing, has an 0-2 count quick. Parker struck out 3 today, 34 this season, through 31 2/3. The 3rd pitch is sent to center field. Tyler Palmer just walks forward and records out number 1. Hunter Parker allowed 3 singles and a walk in the 3rd inning, 2 runs scored, and he got that inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. 1 away, base is empty. And the top of the 4th and 2-0 ball game. First pitch grounded to Hutchison, and Hutchison, who is so consistent at the hot corner, lets this one go between his legs and hangs his head because of it. That's just one of a few errors for Hutchison this season. This is a team that only has 44 errors. And a combined team fielding percentage of .959. Palmer Hutchison's fielding percentage of .941 will drop a little bit after that one. It's the Larks' 2nd error of the game. And there's a runner at first. Just never see that from Palmer. I was making my notes before the game. I was writing down. So I want to talk about Hutchison and just how valuable he's been for the Larks this season, offensively and defensively, and just been so valuable defensively over the past couple of seasons for the Larks. Just every day you know what you're going to get out of him. That one, uncharacteristic of Hutch. 2 balls and no strikes as we're at the top of the order to Jordan McClellan. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. He's one of 3 guys in the order to not get aboard in this game so far. Runner takes off from first. Parker's fastball will miss the zone, catch the zone. And there's a beautiful dive from Evans throwing to second base. And that one will get the runner out, stealing. And the error won't matter now as Sunling is thrown out. That throw from Evans is the 5th time he's caught a runner stealing this season. Larks have caught 10 runners stealing this year. Evans has caught 114 innings, caught 5 guys stealing. Sam Corral has caught 57 innings, caught 5 guys stealing. Brock Loomis has thrown 80 innings and has not thrown out anybody. Parker will strike out McClellan to end the inning for the 2nd time today. That's strikeout number 4 on the day, 35 on the season. And he'll only sees 3 batters in the 4th and sends us to the bottom half. Larks looking to get on the board. Grant Schmidt will lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Hayes Larks. It's his first season with the Larks, who have won 6 straight games against the RoughRiders over the past 2 seasons. Schmidt on the day 0 for 1 with a ground out. Takes his first delivery above the letters. Larks went 3-1 against the RoughRiders last year. Lost game 1 against the RoughRiders in Colorado, and then retaliated, only allowing 1 run over the next 27 innings those 3 games. 26 innings scoreless of those last 3 games, and 22 consecutive scoreless innings against the RoughRiders last year. Though in the last 3 by combined 9-1. In those games, Kavanaugh scored a run, drove in 3. In those 4 games, Hutchison drove in 2, scored a run, and scored the lone run in a 1-0 victory for the Larks. Lung also picked up an RBI. Jeminian scored 2 runs and with an RBI. He went 3 for 3 in a 4-0 victory for the Larks with a pair of doubles. But let's focus on right now as Grant Schmidt sends his 7th home run of the season over the left field wall. He holds the team lead. That's team home run number 43 for Schmidt for the Larks. And Schmidt scores run number 28. He is now 2nd on the team at the run scored, and picks up his 26th RBI of the season. That is tied with Leo Jeminian for the team lead, and the Larks got the deficit in half thanks to Grant Schmidt.
The third baseman, Palmer Hutchison.
So big way to start momentum for the Larks here thanks to Grant Schmidt. Has had a lot of memorable at-bats this season. Maybe the most memorable was a walk-off solo shot against the Cannons in the bottom of the 9th for his home run. Now has 7 on the season. Breaks a 3-way tie in first with Crowell and Palmer for the team lead. Larks love the long ball. They've hit 43 now this season. And we have an 0-1 count here to Palmer Hutchison. Hutchison's this one between Churchich and Harris, and the Larks have back-to-back hits and momentum, and the Larks fans are feeling it here at the ballpark. Last year, this team only had 23 home runs. They have 20 more already in 2 less games. So we'll go to Cam Pearson, runner at first, and Palmer Hutchison, who is silently pretty fast on the base paths. Larks don't really try and steal bases with him, but he can move. That is Palmer's 14th single this season. And now is a 3-game hitting streak. This one's going to drop in fair territory in right field. Moore shuffles towards it, and we'll get it in foul territory. It's a double here, and maybe they should have brought Hutchison home, as the throw was wild to Rady on a third that was unnecessary. He blocks it, but it's a double for Pearson. His 8th double this season, and now the Larks have 2 in scoring position, hitting the ball well off of Garcia here in the 4th inning. Larks 3 hits in 3 at-bats, still nobody out, and they're a triple away from hitting for the cycle in the inning. Brady Evans at the plate. He has 2 triples this season. That is tied with Pearson and Lawson for the team lead. Still nobody else. Larks on fire. Go ahead run at second, tying run at third here in the bottom of the 4th. First delivery to Evans. He's a little too excited and ahead of the swing. 0-1 counts. Evans on the day 0 for 1 with the ground out to Sumling. Looking to change his effort here. Evans has a 3-game hitting streak, tied with Lung, Hutchison, and Pearson for the 3rd longest on the team. 0-1 count to the Murray State College Aggie. This one, he will take off his rib cage, and the Larks have put 4 straight to first base. A home run, a single, a double, and now a walk. Bases loaded for Cade Brown, the DH, out of Oklahoma. And that will be Zach Henry out of the dugout to run for Brady Evans. Cade Brown 0 for 1 of the day with the ground outs. Big opportunity for Brown. Hit the base is jacked. The first pitch to him, he takes to opposite field. Moore's not going to get to it. He will. Right in front of the warning track. Spoke too early. It was well hit. Went all the way to the warning track, but he catches it. Throws home, but it's not going to be in time. It's another sacrifice fly for Cade Brown, who already has a few in the past week. And he brings home Hutchison from third base. That is Palmer's 23rd run scored this season and Cade Brown's 6th RBI. And we are tied here with the runners on the corners and 1 away. Pearson was also tagging on the play. We'll go to Brock Loomis. Loomis 0 for on the day with a ground out. Brown and Loomis, the only 2 guys for the Larks to not get aboard so far through the first 3 and a third. Loomis will look to make it on the base paths here and bring home Henry and Pearson. Henry takes off without a throw. Overslides second base, but it won't matter without that throw, and the double play is out of the order. Zach Henry is the team leader in stolen bases. He's just been so aggressive all season long. That is his 21st stolen base. 2 in scoring position, 1-0 counts. Check the Larks record book here real quick. And this one will be foul tipped into the glove. Zach Henry needs 5 more stolen bases this season to crack the top 10. Looking at it right now, guy in 7th place for the Larks in terms of stolen bases this season, Jace Tingler, who's currently managing the San Diego Padres. The 1-1 catches the inside corner, a ball and 2 strikes here to Loomis. Padres 56-42 on the season under Jake Stingler's second season reign. They're third in the National League West Division. It's one of a couple of coaches for the Larks, or in the MLB that had played for the Larks. Tommy Hanavy also was coaching in the MLB. He's the pitching coach for the Cubs after playing for the Larks in the early 2000s. Loomis stays alive here, sends this one to the backstop. Cubs are also third in the third division, 47-48 with their pitching coach, Tommy Hanavy. Larks have sent a ton of guys to the major leagues, whether it be playing or coaching. Hanavy did play for a little bit. And the Larks, you wonder which one on this squad or which ones will be playing on the big stage. Loomis will be struck out looking for out number 2 of the 4th inning. He's now 0 for 2 as we go to Tyler Palmer. Palmer doubled back in the 3rd inning, got all the way to 3rd base, but was left there after a ground out. Just completed the 2nd time through the order. We're back to the top in the 4th inning. That was Palmer's 3rd double this season, his 15th hit through 16 games. 2 away. This is the 7th hitter of the inning for the Larks. We started out with a solo shot from Schmidt, single from Hutch, double from Pearson, a walk from Evans. Cade Brown had a sacrifice fly, and then Loomis just struck out. It's an 0-1 count after this one gets fouled. Got Munch up in the pen and moving for Hayes. No balls and a strike here to Palmer. 0-1. Garcia, the southpaw, dangles his left arm, looks in, gets his signs from Rady, and will deliver. Palmer thinks about cutting. He'll appeal to Matthew Weaver, and he say he went around. Tough position for Weaver. He's on the 3rd base side of the pitcher's mound against a right-handed hitter. But either way, it'll be strike 2 against Palmer. Dreiling on deck if Hayes needs him. Palmer wants to make sure they do. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th, 2 on. This one off speed at the eyes over the plate, 1-2. Palmer, Nebraska native, plays for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. He's playing for the Larks this summer. He's slugging .773 and has an OPS of 1.25. Great numbers. Is one of a handful of guys with an OPS above 1. One of 6 guys with that. And I expect after Pearson's double, Pearson will join the club. He is just 8 thousandths away from the 1.0 club. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Palmer. Found one off, took a strike on a check swing, and has taken 2 balls now. 2-2 game, 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 counts in the bottom of the 4th. Pearson gets his lead at 3rd. Zach Henry gets his lead at 2nd. Palmer sends this one to left field. Gaselli's at the warning track. He's looking up, and he will make the catch on the warning track. About 8 more feet, and that would have been a 3-run home run for Palmer. Instead, it's his first fly out of the day. Larks bring 7 to the plate, get 3 hits, a single, a double, and a home run, and cut the deficits from a 2-0 game to a tie game. 2-2 here as we go to the 5th on Larks Network. Top of the fifth we go. Hunter Parker back to the mound for his fifth inning of work. Gets a first pitch strike over the outside part of the plate. 0-1 count here to Harris. Harris on the day 1 for 2 with the single. He scored a run back in the third inning and is down the counts here to get things going in the fifth. Parker does catch the zone, catches the inside low corner, no balls and 2 strikes here. On deck is Luft with Gaselli in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Hunter Parker from the windup misses inside. Parker struck out 4 through 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, has stranded 5 guys on, and allowed 2 runs, both of those in the third inning. He's given up a pair of walks. 2-1 home. Pop up over into the right center field. Schmidt and Palmer give chase, and Tyler Palmer comes down with it for out number 1. One counts with 1 away here to Luff. Luff has a pair of walks today and is down the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Larks fans, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel while you're watching the game. It's free of charge and it helps us out a lot. Colorado native on the mound going to Luff. Plays in Colorado, the 0-2 lined over the Larks dugout. Trevor Munch, the tall southpaw up in the pen for Hayes. Originally scheduled to see Hunter Parker go 6 innings today, so we'll see when the Larks want to bring in Trevor Munch. Hunter in this game has thrown 76 pitches, 50 of those have caught the zone, and has thrown 4 1/3 with 4 strikeouts. Looking for number 5 here on the 0-2 counts. Luff. Down the count. This one a fastball, just misses low and outside. That's the second time Parker thought he had a strikeout and starts to walk off the mound. Instead we'll have a 1-2 count. 1-2. And as Parker goes from the windup and misses low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's Gaselli on deck with the Rady in the hole for the RoughRiders. Larks on a 13-game winning streak, looking for 14 right here. They clinched the Rocky Mountain Baseball League in last night's doubleheader and are looking for the sweep tonight. Tony Vega having a chat with Brady Evans. Checking out. It's under the face protector. Pitch number 82 from Parker on its way with the 2-2 counts. 1 away, base is empty. Under the lights here in Hayes. As Parker goes from the windup. It's just inside. Doesn't get the call from Vega again. And we'll have a full count. We get a payoff pitch from Hunter. He looks home, gets the signs from his catcher, Evans. And it goes home, the payoff pitch. Grounded over to the right side. Pearson breaks in, fields it at the waist, throws to Loomis in time for out number 2 of this 5th inning. Two-way bases empty in the top of the 5th. Parker looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Did only face 4 batters in the 4th inning, or 3 batters in the 4th inning, but one of them did reach. Two-way to Gaselli. Gaselli 2 for 2 in the day with a single and a double, and has a first pitch strike. Larks defense straight up. Lawson and Pearson back on the grass though in the middle infield. Parker from the windup, the 0-1, fastball below the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. Due for the Larks in the bottom of this 5th inning, 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Dreiling, Lawson, and Schmitz for the Larks. Fort Hays State Tiger comes home and misses low, 2-1. Parker, a 6'1", a redshirt junior from Fort Hays State, made 12 appearances for the Tigers this season, striking out 51 guys over the course of 51 and a third. He comes home from the windup, the 2-1. Nice pitch in the zone, called strike 2. Parker looking for strikeout number 5. Two home with 2 outs and the base is empty. It'll go into the left-hander's batter's box, and Parker has another full count of the day. His pitch count getting up there, it's close to 90, so might see Munch come in for the 6th in the inning early. After Munch, expect to see De Kaladi come in for the Larks. Payoff pitch from Hunter Parker. Comes home, gets popped up over the right field side. Schmidt moves in and left and records out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 5th for Hunter Parker and the Larks, and they'll look to take the lead in the bottom half of the inning. Bottom of the 5th we go. Dylan Dreiling, the Tennessee Volunteer, will lead it off for the Larks. Dylan on the day, 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Two balls and no strikes here to Dylan Dreiling. We got a couple of Larks players in the booth. Got Grant Lung and Matt. We'll start off with Grant. Grant, how you doing tonight, big dog?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Carson?
Oh, I'm great. Glad to have you aboard the second time on the season.
Yeah, I'm not nervous this time.
I'm nervous. I don't like the duo of you and Kavanaugh together on the mic.
Why not?
Two funniest guys on the team, that's why.
I'll give you guys top 20 funniest guys on the team, but
I'll
Top
take it.
20, sure.
but not the two funniest guys. My boy Sam, I think he's taken one.
No,
Nah,
I
he's
beat
top.
Sam.
He's the last on the list.
Yeah.
He's even behind Cam.
2-1 is popped into left field. Harris gives chase and falls down, but does record out number 1 of the 5th inning. So it'll take us to Cortland Lawson. Lawson on the day 1 for 2 with a single in the first inning. Lawson riding a 17-game on-base streak. And
Wow.
you impressed with that?
I'm very impressed. That's awesome.
I don't even think I've played 17 games yet.
Played 9.
Exactly.
Only half. We're getting there. Don't worry.
One away, base is empty to the Tennessee Volunteer. His first pitch and off speed over the outside part of the plates. 0-1. On deck is Grant Schmidt, who had that solo shot in the 4th inning. And with Palmer Hutchison in the hole, the Larks tied the game up in the last inning, scoring 2 runs off of a Schmidt home run and a Cade Brown sacrifice fly. All right, he goes home, misses low on a fastball. 1 ball and a strike. Don't know my directions. Larks in their 75th anniversary season, looking to win the NBC title for the first time in program history. What do you think that would mean to this organization and guys like Frank and Harp?
Oh, it would mean the world to them. I know Frank's been coaching for 40 years now, and he's came close a couple times.
Yeah.
I think it's time we finally bring one home
Back to Hayes.
Yeah. Perfect timing. See, that's why our team's on sync this year. That's why we're gonna win it this year. All together.
It is some of the best team chemistry we've seen in the past 3 years. And the Larks playing their best baseball in a while here in this month of June. What's gone right for you guys on a 13-game winning streak?
A lot of the guys are hitting the ball well. Pitching's been hot. I just feel like we've just been playing good team baseball, you know?
For sure, man.
Yeah, we went on that little losing streak. I think it was 2 games or something?
I think we lost 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 4 or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like
I
that.
know Harp was getting on our tails.
Frank was upset.
Yeah, Frank was getting pissed at us, and we decided to change it. It was once we faced that team with Brogan, that pitcher. He started talking crap to us, and then we brought it to him, and then ever since then it's been...
He ignited a flame in us.
Yeah. We've been hot since.
Yep. It was much needed.
2-2 inside off the turf, and there's a full count. You was talking about that Boulder game?
Yeah.
Was it Boulder?
I don't remember what team it was. I can't remember.
I can't remember what team it was either. That's how irrelevant they
were.
This is why I get nervous about having you guys up here.
Why you guys get nervous?
We're winners.
I worry about what you say. We get a payoff pitch home, and it's a fastball off Cortland Lawson's thigh. Not sure if it hit him. Either way, it's a first base, and it's the second time he's been aboard today in 3 plate appearances. On the mound in this inning is Seth Bricken, and he'll replace Matt Garcia after 4 innings for Garcia. So Garcia will finish his day 4 innings on 57 pitches, allows a couple of runs and has a couple of strikeouts. Gives up 5 hits in the effort. There's 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th with Cortland Lawson at first base. Grant Schmidt had that home run in the 4th inning, and he now has 7 on the season. That's the most on the team. Larks have hit 43 home runs this season. That is 20 more than they had last year. What's the difference between last year's squad and this year's squad in terms of the long ball?
I don't know. I mean,
well, you're supposed to. You guys are smarter than I am.
I don't hit home runs.
Cowboy doesn't hit home runs over here.
Yeah, I mean, I try to hit one and I get robbed, and then I don't try anymore.
I remember just a few days ago, I had that one to left field. It got snagged, and I haven't had that luck since your first at bat as a Lark when you cranked one to left field and set the tone for your career. And has it been disappointing since that or something?
Yeah, I was on pace after that bat to hit a home run in every single at bat, and then ever since then I have
been
zero.
Downhill. It's been downhill since then.
I mean,
you got robbed a week or two ago, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got robbed of a home run. I mean, that's my luck with home runs. They just don't happen.
There's 2 on after Schmitz hit by that one. We'll go to Palmer Hutchison. He singled in the last inning and scored the Larks' second and tying run of the game. Lawson at second, Schmidt at first, with the KCK Blue Devil at first. At the plates. First delivery home to Hutchison. It is off speed, and he'll miss the zone. 1-0.
Working into these guys. That's why he's hitting everybody. I'd be scared throwing into Palmer. He's going to rip one down the line.
Turn and burn.
Heads
up, Frank.
Frank's made some plays over there.
Yeah, he has.
He's quick like a cat.
He's got good hands down there. Max, not so much down the first base line.
Nah, he's done with his playing days.
Yeah.
So who's better at first, Bryce or Max?
Ooh, that's
Bryce.
a tough one. Bryce, I do like Bryce over there. Bryce had a lot more energy.
Bryce but Max likes to chirp the other team.
Max,
that's what we like about him.
There's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
Not to put you on the spot or anything, but.
Oh, I went full Bryce. See,
Oh,
look, I told
another
you.
one he's
I
throwing
told
at
you.
our. No, he's not. But
Charge down.
Lawson will go to third, Schmidt to second, and Hutch to first. Bases loaded with one away. Bricking out of Keller. He's a right-handed freshman at State Fair. He's one of 3 guys on the roster from State Fair. Made 7 appearances this year.
He's from Keller?
And went 0-1. He's from A. Keller. I don't know which state it's from.
It says Texas.
Keller, Texas.
You know him?
How do you not know
That's
him,
kind of
Cowboy?
crazy, though.
Small world, ain't it?
Same hometown, but don't know him.
Let's look him up on Instagram and see if he knows anybody I know. What's the name?
Seth something? Seth Brecken.
Brecken.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man. We'll have a mound visit here. Base is jacked, and coming up to the plate is Cam Pearson. Pearson already has an extra base hit on the day with a double back in the 4th. So big RBI opportunity here for Pearson. He's driven in 22 this season and has the 3rd most runs driven in for the Larks in 2021. He led the team in total bases last year and is looking to add to his career total. Digs into the right-hander's batter's box. 3 hit by pitches in this inning. Breaking just not throwing inside well. So he throws outside on his first pitch, and it gets away from Rady. Lawson shuffles home and takes the lead for the Larks.
Great read by Cortland right there. Right as he saw it was in the dirt,
He was gone.
Great base running.
Cortland has now scored 24 times this season, and despite only playing in 17 games, that is 6th on the team.
On-base machine.
He is. Him and Divis both set to break the Larks' single-season record for on-base percentage.
Really?
And Pearson drives this one into center. It's going to score 1, and they're going to hold Hutchison at third. Well-hit ball for Cam Pearson, and the Larks double their lead.
Larks are hot.
Scoring for the 2nd time today in his 2nd straight inning is Grant Schmidt. That's Schmidt's 29th run this season, tied with Wyatt Divis for the team lead.
Divis just leads in everything, right?
Yeah.
He's a legend. He's our Shohei.
Except strikeouts.
He is our Shohei Ohtani. He's better than Shohei, though.
Wyatt Ohtani or Shohei Divis, whichever one you prefer.
Babe Divis.
Start a poll.
Who's better?
We got runners on the corners for Brady Evans. 0 for 1 with a walk. And
only thing he doesn't do is steal bases. That's okay.
Who, Divis or Brady?
Divis. And myself.
And myself. Cam's stealing right here.
He's got to be. Yep.
Gets his lead at first with Hutchison at second. 0-1 count, and he's not.
Should have.
And he's the 1-1.
I should be the coach of the Larks now. Send him, Frank.
Send him. Green light.
Larks have stolen 2 bases today after stealing 6 in yesterday's ball game. Harrison's been an aggressive base runner all season long. He's stolen 13 bags in 15 attempts. 1-1. Evans at the plate with Bricking on the mound. He takes this one oppo. Giving chase is Moore. Tagging at third is Hutchison. The ball will drop in foul territory, though. 1-2 counts. Larks up 4-2. They've scored 4 unanswered runs since that third inning, putting Hunter Parker in a position to pick up his 3rd win of the year. Larks have been hit 3 times and have 1 single in the inning.
You know what's at stake for today, for this game, Carson?
What's up?
For the longest Larks winning streak of all time.
Of all time? I knew we were approaching record for this decade.
Yeah, we're tied right now, so if we win today.
That's another run.
Yeah.
Ground ball slowly
That'll work.
to Harris, and it'll score Hutchison. And the Larks in position for the longest winning streak now, out by 3.
So does that make us the best Larks team in history?
You know what? I think it does.
Yeah.
We'll see at the
and
NBC.
We ain't done yet.
You'll definitely have a chance to submit yourself in Larks history at the NBC if you can bring home title number 1. Moving to second base on the play was Pearson. Evans picks up his first RBI of the day. Hutchison scores his 2nd run. Pearson, who had 23 RBIs last year, picked up his 23rd this season, matching his season total from 2020.
There's Cam, and he's in there.
He's going to be punched out at third, a questionable call at the crowd, and
I spoke too soon.
You guys don't agree with
it. Cam doesn't either as he throws his helmet.
Yeah.
Right at heart.
Oh. Made it to the seat at least.
Either way, that'll end the bottom of the 5th. The Larks pick up a trio of runs and are up 5-2 against the RoughRiders, moving to the 6th. Top of the 6th we go here in Hayes, Kansas. Trevor Munch will replace Hunter Parker after 5 innings for the Colorado native.
What are you laughing at, Carson?
Grant, messing with my shoes between innings.
Well, you should show the fans your nice kicks in honor of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm surprised you said that right.
I know my basketball players. I know you think I don't.
I think you know 2 teams because you're a Suns
I know the Suns very well.
It's a 2-0 count for Trevor Munch. This is
Oh, yeah, Munch.
his 9th appearance of the season, all but 1 appearance in relief. He's made 8 straight appearances in relief. He has an ERA of 2.56 and a whip of 1.54. He struck out 18 guys through 13 2/3. Leading it off for the RoughRiders is Kyle Rady, their catcher.
Back to the funniest
Yeah,
on the
I was
team.
going to say the same thing.
Munch is funny.
Trevor
Munch,
is
number 1.
Number 1, 100%.
Me and Grant will take 2, 3.
Yeah, I'll take 3. That's all right. That's
Yeah,
good
I'll
enough
take
for me.
2.
Yeah. Carson, where would you put yourself on that list?
I don't rate myself.
You what?
I outrank everybody. I'm on a different tier, baby.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Carson, are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Oh,
That was a good one, Matt.
that was original, I think, too.
He
Yeah,
came up
I
with it
just
on the
Came up with
spot.
that on the spot.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
That's how funny I am.
A 3-2 payoff pitch from Munch will miss outside, and he will walk the first batter he faces. For Munch, that is just the 8th walk he surrendered this season. Munch last year with the Larks made 10 appearances, going 2-2, had 1 save and 1 start. Also pitched for the Larks in a couple of games in 2019. The southpaw from Lawrence, Kansas looks home. 6'4" junior delivers inside at the knees of Moore. 1-0 count here to Trevor Moore, who's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a run driven in on the day. And his delivery off speed found into the glove of Evans. 1 ball and a strike here to Moore. Hunter on deck with Churchich in the hole.
Who is it? Sam. Sam's looking up here.
I don't think he was.
He's listening on to us. Throw him out. Nice
throw
tag.
down to second.
Nice scoop. Good
That's
throw.
Evans' second dime of the day, and he throws out his second base runner.
That's how the Larks do it.
And there is 1
Sam,
away.
how you doing down there?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he's looking at us.
Yeah,
No,
he
he is.
is.
He's listening to the stream.
No, he's not. He's talking to somebody, man. He's on the phone.
Yeah, he's trying to talk to us right now. He won't wave at us, though. I think he's jealous that we came up here instead of him.
Yeah.
Ground ball to Hutchison.
Nice play, Pommy.
And redeems the error earlier in the game, thrown across the infield for out number 2. Moore now 2 for 3. Mark Hunter coming to the dish now. He's 1 for 2. So 2 away, base is empty for Hunter, the DH.
All right, Larks fans watching from across the country, maybe even across the world. You guys should send in some questions for us to answer.
Is that it?
Just give us some things to talk about, some things you want to know.
Favorite part of being up here is the questions.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always great.
Remember, we had a whole 9 innings, Yumi and Brooke one day just doing questions
Oh, yeah.
during the game.
I mean, that was a fun time up here.
We miss Brooke.
Oh,
Whoa,
yeah!
that baby court.
Uh-huh.
Line drive to Lawson. And a beautiful play from the
Incredible
shortstop
play.
from Tennessee will end the top of the 6th. Munch, after allowing a leadoff walk, gets 3 outs and sends us to the bottom half of the inning. Hayes up by 3.
Meet me down at the ballpark. where I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
Bottom of the sixth we go here on Larks Network. This is Carson Ackerman on the call, joined by Matt Cavanaugh and Grant Lund. Cade Brown, the Oklahoma Sooner, will lead it off. He's the only Lark to not get aboard in this game so far, but he also has a sacrifice fly. Him and Loomis, the only two guys to not get aboard.
We need the beer batter to get on board.
Yeah.
Get these fans happy. Oh!
Drive to left field. Gaselli comes in and will call off Harris and record out number one and the left field side.
Looked good off the bat.
It very much did.
Just went straight up.
One away, here we go to the beer batter, Brock Loomis.
Street Liquor Beverage Batter, the first baseman, Brock Loomis.
Loomis 0 for 2 in the day with the strikeout and a ground out. He's batting .257 this season and slugging .486. Has 9 hits, 4 singles, a trio of doubles, a triple, and a home run. First pitch to him in the zone for a called strike. One away, base is empty here in the bottom of the sixth. Hayes up 5-2 against the RoughRiders. Larks have won 6 straight against this team, looking for their 7th straight against this team, and their 14th straight win this season for the longest streak in Larks history. 1-1. Loomis, the catcher out of Butler Community College. He's a Hayes native. Played for head coach Frank Leo for 3 years at Hayes High School. 1-1 home. Fox sends it over us and out of play.
Oh, what a play, Carson.
You ever catch a foul ball up here?
Never had one. Never had an opportunity.
Really? And you didn't capitalize on it?
I never had one, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you never had an opportunity.
If he did, you know he's catching it.
I know. I might have to foul one off back here for you.
Send me one. It's going to be hard. It's a weird angle because you got to get it over the backstop and into the window.
We'll work on it in BP tomorrow.
We have an off day tomorrow.
Oh, well, the next day, whenever we play next.
1-2 home. Loomis down on strikes, looking for his second straight AB.
Tyler Palmer.
Palmer to the plate now. 1-2 away. Base is empty. Palmer on the day, 1 for 3 with a double. And he got to third base in the third inning after that double. Tyler this season batting .318 with a .474 OBP. He's driven in 17 runs, has his second most home runs on the Larks roster with 6, and he scored 18 times himself. 2 away, breaking will go from his windup. likes to play around with his timing.
Yeah, a little quick pitch there.
And gets the strike called on Tyler. Larks 25-4 this season. Already won more games than they did last year. What's been the secret to the success, guys?
Just
good answer.
All right, Carson, don't put us on the spot like that.
Well, that's what I got to do. You said you came up here for an interview.
Yeah, and to talk to the fans. I just, like I said earlier, I think we're hitting the ball well, pitching the ball well. We got a
good as a
guys.
team. Like we're not making many errors this year. I don't know like the stats behind it, but it feels like when we're on the field, I mean, we're not booting balls around. I know we had one game where we kind of had like 6 or 7 errors, but like after that, I don't think many errors at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key to success: is no errors, play good defense, and pitch the ball well.
I feel like we've been doing that pretty good this summer.
That game with, I think it was 6 errors, 4 of them in the span of 2 innings.
Yeah, we're not gonna count.
And the Larks came back after being down 11-1 in that game and won 18-16.
Oh, that game, I remember.
That was the game we won 18-16 in 12 innings after being down by 10.
That was in Colorado.
Yeah,
right?
and that was like a 4-hour game.
No, it might have been a 5-hour game.
Yeah,
and then we had another 5-hour bus ride back.
And we hit a deer on the way back.
Yeah, I was talking about that last time I was up here.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
We got back at 5:30 a.m. You two, hey, you guys,
we
all-nighter.
We had a concert up front.
I know, that's what I woke up to, you guys singing Moves Like Jagger.
Yep. I mean, that's a beautiful wake-up call, isn't it?
Not at 4:30. Stealing second here on the first delivery.
I don't know what better song
is
played to make it any better.
I got the moves like Becca.
That's what you got. You guys changed the lyrics and we're singing it for Wyatt.
Of course, we always have to remix some songs. Wyatt was up. We were trying to get him into it.
Yeah, he didn't want to sing with
but
us. He's
like
no
you
fun.
said, it was early. He was grumpy, as was probably everyone else trying to sleep.
Except for us.
Except for me and Cowboy.
And Harp was joining in.
Yeah, Harp liked it. He appreciated it.
Tyler Palmer steals his second base of the day in his 13th this season. 0-1 count here to Dylan Dreiling, the junior in high school heading into his senior year. Pops this one up over the left side.
It's dropping, watch.
Harris will not let it drop in this inning. Larks scoreless in the 6th. We'll come back for the 7th with some questions and bring back the face cam. Top of the 7th, Munch backs the mound for his second inning of work. Munch only faced 3 batters in the 6th inning, walking 1. And Evans threw a dime down to second. And then we got a ground out and a line out. One A ground out to Hutchison. The line out was a beautiful play from Lawson at shortstop to end the top of the inning. Munch, a 6'4" southpaw in his third year with the Larks, comes home and will miss outside. 1 ball and a strike. So before we get to the fun questions, we'll have a serious moment. Munch, in his third year, you guys both suiting up in 3 different years. What keeps bringing guys back?
Pretty much just the environment around here. Like, I mean, we're pretty much celebrities here, and I think that's, like, so much fun. Like, every fan is like, hey, good game right after. I mean, they're all waiting for you.
They know who we are. The kids.
They're asking for autographs. I mean, it's fun. It's just fun baseball, and that's what you got to do. Like, college baseball, I mean, it's a whole different mindset. You're playing to win. I mean, obviously in both leagues, but here it's kind of like, hey, you're playing with your buddies. You kind of just relax and just be able to play with them. It's a lot more fun than being competitive. Yeah, I mean, everything about it.
Town's fun.
Exactly.
Just a good time.
So this one will be flown out to Tyler Palmer. And Kavanaugh, you want to pull up the questions before we bring up the cam? I know you were looking at one of them, ready to get answered. But in the meantime, we'll bring back the face cam. And so look at our booth tonight. Kavanaugh, what's our first question?
First question. Hayes Larks theme song. Great or greatest theme song of all time?
Ooh.
It's top tier. I'll give you that.
It is.
It's definitely up there. I don't know.
Best summer baseball theme song of all time.
By far.
I don't know if I've seen another team
with one. That's how special it is here.
This one flown into the middle of the infield. Pearson gets under it and gets out number 2. 2 away here in the top of the 7th.
All right, next question. Which league was more competitive for the Larks, the Jayhawk League or RMBL?
We didn't get to play in the Jayhawk League.
Yeah, whenever my first year here, we were at the KCLB, and that had Liberal and Dodge. I remember they were 2 pretty good teams that we always had to compete against.
And they were in the Jayhawk League.
Grant was on the
Mud Daubers.
He was a traitor, and then finally figured out who the better team was, came to us.
Yep.
Now he's stuck here. He's keep coming back. Now he's
So do you.
We keep coming back.
I would say that division of the KCLB, the one we were in with Dodge and Liberal, was more competitive than this. But I think the Jayhawk League was more competitive than the KCLB.
Yeah,
we can't speak. Yeah, we can't talk.
Jayhawk League was a tough league, and the Larks won it quite a few times, but we won 2 straight titles in this league and won the KCLB tournament in 2019.
Yep.
But hey, you guys are on the roster, so maybe that's a secret to why we're winning the championship so much.
I think you're onto something there, Carson.
I think it's Vaca.
It has to be.
Vaca's the difference maker.
He's been here 4 years.
He was in the Jayhawk.
Won the Jayhawk League, won the tournament, and then won 2 Rocky Mountain Baseball League games.
I mean,
he's done it all here.
I'm always talking to Harp, and Harp's saying Divis is just better than Albert Pujols. Straight up. That's what he's telling me.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
We can take that one to the bank from Harp?
I mean, let's bring up Harp, and we can talk about it.
I'd love to have Harp up here. I think that'd be
we need a camera down in the dugout so we can mic up our players down there.
Oh, yeah.
And talk
I'd
to
enjoy
them
that.
Hey, if you find somebody to do it and pay them and then buy a camera and buy another mic, I'd love to do it.
Carson.
How am I going to do the camera down there and be up here?
I'll be up here.
No, you'd be up here, and then we'll position a camera like they do in the Bidge, and then we'll put the headset on, and you can talk from here to there.
So are we miking up a guy, or are we interviewing him? Like Harp
micing up during the game.
I mean, we can interview if you want.
Oh, nice play, Palmer.
Hutchison.
That was beautiful.
2 great plays in the past 2 innings will end the top of the 7th. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Trevor Munch, and it sends us to the 7th inning stretch on Larks Network. Hayes up by 3.
Take me out to the crowd.
Bottom of the 5th we go. Cortland Lawson laid it off for the Larks. Cortland on the day, 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a single and a ground out. He has scored a run. That was in the 5th inning. And the Larks took the lead. 1-0 count here to Lawson, the Tennessee Volunteer. It's still breaking on the mound. He'll go from the windup, righty versus righty. And, excuse me, it's a 1-0 count. Now it's 1-1.
I got you.
Appreciate it. And that one sent out of play. Do it for the Larks after Lawson will be Schmidt and Hutchison. All 3 of these guys, 3, 4, and 5 in the order, were hit in the 5th inning. Rick Eaton struggled with his location, trying to go inside, and some guys will say if you can't pitch inside, don't, and maybe he should have taken that advice instead of putting 3 straight guys on. Larks scored 3 runs in that inning after the 3 hit by pitches. We got a single from Pearson that drove in a run, and then Lawson scored on the pass ball, and off the top of my head, can't remember how he got the 3rd run. Either way, it's a 1-2 count here to Court.
Sack fly.
Sack fly. Oh, the 3rd one.
That was in the 4th inning. Close.
I remember.
It was a good effort.
1-2, grounded to the dugout, and Jackson Blue can't make a play on it.
Yeah, that was a poor effort.
Got movement up in the pen for Hayes. We're all looking in. I can't tell who it is. It's a righty.
I think it's Derek, yeah.
It's a good guess. He is scheduled to pitch next, so.
That would make sense then.
Yeah. Carson, when are you going to get on the bump this summer?
Whenever Frankenhart let me go. The arm's been ready for 3 years doing this.
I know, you've been working.
Waiting
for your moment. Waiting for your moment.
This one's going to be popped up over the right side. And Luft will let it go out of play.
Little kid made a play on that. Gets $1.
That's easy money.
So 1-2, nobody out, nobody on for Lawson. Lawson has been one of the best bats for the Larks this summer in the entire league. He's batting .396, has an OPS of 1.361. That's the highest on the team. With guess who in second place?
Divis.
Wyatt Divis.
Oh, I already know it because he's the GOAT.
The 1-2 home to Lawson. Missed the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Either of you guys remember playing this team last year?
I don't.
No.
You should, Cav. You drove in a third of the Larks' runs against this team last year. Scored 1. You also drove in 1, Grant.
I drove 1 in?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
That's a ball.
Wow. Yeah, that was it.
So there'll be 1 away with the bases empty. And that brings us to this day in Larks history, brought to you by Grant Lung.
On this day in Larks history, July 21st, 1957, a rain shortened the tournament schedule at the Kansas State Baseball Championship in Wichita, but not before your Hayes Larks blanked Brazelton 1-0 in 7 innings. Starter John Floyd allowed only 1 hit and struck out 9, and also singled in the game's only run. Hayes improved to 2-0, while 4 other games were postponed. Well, John Floyd and Wyatt Divis have a lot in common there. Playing both ways, right?
Yes, sir.
Offense and pitching.
And producing runs.
Producing runs, throwing shutouts.
2 away after back-to-back groundouts bring us to Palmer Hutchison.
The 1957 Divis right there.
Yep. I wonder if they're related.
We'll find out after the game.
Do a DNA test on him.
Yeah, we can go through Wyatt's family tree.
Just a bunch of cows. Oh, vaca.
Oh, vaca.
2 away, base is empty. Brickina goes home, gets a swing and a miss out of Hutch.
You know how he got that nickname, Vaca?
I do, but I don't know what the viewers do.
So, Jimmy DeLeon from 2 years ago, with my first year here, started calling him Vaca, and Vaca means cow, so it's
in Spanish.
In Spanish, so.
And it's stuck ever since then.
At
Followed
UTA,
him everywhere he went.
Yeah, UTA calls him Vaca. The coaches call him Vaca at UTA, so I mean.
The Larks call him Vaca.
Yeah. Frank calls him Vaca. I mean, everyone in the community calls him Vaca now, thanks to Jimmy.
Shout out, Jimmy. We miss you.
Jimmy was dangerous at second. That was a dangerous middle infield, you and him.
Better than me and Grant, for sure.
You guys were both.
I don't know about me and Cortland, though. We're kind of nasty up the middle.
You guys were both first-team all-league selections in the Larks lone year in the KCLB.
I miss Jimmy. Jimmy was a great guy. He's funny, too.
Yeah.
Swing here, 1-2. Deleon Cochise played with Cam Pearson and Jose Velasquez this last spring in Arizona.
I think he's going to Incarnate Word now.
Hutchison will go down swinging.
Yep.
Safe.
Out of baby.
Rady completely lost the ball.
We'll take those.
And Larks will reach on a drop third strike and put their first runner on to the 7th. Takes us to Cam Pearson. Cochise College Apache 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a double. Flew out in the second inning, but since then it's 2 for 2. He drove in a run in the 5th inning and doubled in the 4th inning to put Hutchison at third. Larks are rolling. They've scored 5 unanswered runs and are looking for their 14th straight win. Undefeated in the entire month of July.
Larks are hot in July.
It's the time to get hot, headed into the NBC World Series, where Larks made it to the winners bracket quarterfinals last year and dropped a very heartbreaking game, losing 2-1 against Cheney. But different year, different story.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. We drove past that stadium last time we were in Wichita, and
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was real nice, so we're excited to play there.
Yeah.
We played at Wichita State last year.
That's a nice field, too.
But this year we're playing at
this
the...
new one is just immaculate.
This one's grounded hard to the shortstop, and Harris will throw out Pearson. Larks get a runner on in the 7th. They are scoreless since the 5th. They're up 5-2 on Larks Network.
Larks are off tomorrow.
it. Let me show them. Come on. They'd love it. That was exactly. You said crank it up. Give me your shoe.
Derek DeCalati to the mound for the 8th inning. It's a first pitch strike here. He's a newcomer to the team. I haven't got a chance to talk to him yet and get a real scouting report on him. But this is a handful of appearances for him. He was brought in after Larks lost Corey Bright. He's thrown 3 innings through his first 2 appearances. Has allowed 1 hit and struck out 1 with 1 walk. Goes from the windup, the 0-2 home. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. DeCalati, a 5'10" sophomore from Southbound Community College. He's a Nevada commit. Headed to play in the NCAA Division I. 1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leading it off is Trenton Harris, the shortstop. He's 1 for 3 with a ground out to Hutchison and a pop out to Palmer. And a single back in the 3rd inning. Ground ball hard to the left side. Lawson fields it. Throws across the diamond.
Makes it look so easy.
I know, he's a great shortstop.
Larks have retired 6 straight now. Lawson was a huge pickup about halfway through the season after going to the College World Series with Tennessee. Him and Fitz both big pickups after that run from the Volunteers. See the play now, Hayden Luff. He's been aboard 2 times today, both on walks. He scored a run. DeCalati throwing strikes here. So Munch will finish his day after 2 innings. Walks 1, no hits, no runs.
Attaboy, Munch.
Where you at, Munch?
Fastball with some heat will miss low. 1 ball and a strike. Larks just have 5 regular seasons games at Larks Park remaining after this one. You guys sad to be nearing the end of Larks Park?
Wow. Quick summer, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it fast.
Flew.
We didn't play as many games as we did last year.
I think we played more because we didn't
Really?
start until like late.
He came late. Kavanaugh came late.
Well, we didn't start till like late June last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot because of all the COVID stuff. But I feel like we were playing like.
It was more crammed, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was.
There wasn't as many
days.
breaks. Yeah.
2-1 count here to Luff. DeCalati comes home. Swan in the zone. Call strike 2. Caselli on deck with Rady in the hole. The Larks pitching staff, after allowing 2 runs in the 3rd, has kept the RoughRiders quiet. Looking for the sweep here. This one will miss low. 3-2. Supposed to play this team like, I think it was the 1st and 2nd of July. Then had that rain out.
In Colorado.
Got to go to the Rockies game instead. That was dope.
Yeah, that was very fun. Lost some money. That's okay.
I didn't. Payoff pitch, and we'll
Nice
strike out
pitch.
this guy.
Oh, we had the shift on again. Love to see that.
Strikeout number 2 for DeCalati.
Portland was definitely quarterbacked in that one.
Oh yeah, he told us last game there was like 1 or 2 more outs left in the game, and Portland's like, let's put a big shift on this guy. And we're like, all right.
Cowboy ran out to right field.
Yeah, I was pretty much playing right.
Portland was playing center. And Palmer moved over to short.
I think Grant stuck at first.
And I didn't move. I didn't go anywhere. Nothing special.
Can't go into foul territory.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Did it work? Did the shift work?
No, he got a hit. He hit it off the wall. We were kind of bummed.
So it wasn't the shift, though, that didn't work. He just hit it over everybody.
Yeah, he beat us.
1-0 home. DeCalati delivers. Nice pitch, 1-1. Gaselli at the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a single to double against Hunter Parker, and then popped up for Hunter Parker's last out of his outing. Larks pitching staff has been lights out as late. Hunter Parker's last outing was a 9-inning complete game shutout, and we saw Jake Fitzgibbons throw a one-hitter last night. Those guys just been dominating on the mound.
I know, especially with that one hit coming real late in the game. Carried a no-hitter.
Carlin almost had an incredible play.
It was a heartbreaking.
Oh, it was a very tough play, though.
Yeah.
I mean, most people don't even get to that ball, and he
able
was able
to
to dive.
He was able to get to it and make a throw, which is tough to do.
2-2 home from Dekalati. Missed just outside. 2 for the Larks in the bottom of this 8th inning, likely the last time they hit today. The bottom of the order, Evans, Brown, and Loomis. Under the lights here at Larks Park. 9:30 p.m. here in Hayes, Kansas. Dekalati comes home and gets
Is there
the
an
foul.
echo in the room?
I think so.
Gab, we got any more questions while you're looking?
I don't see any.
It's tough.
Oh, we do.
Wait. Has the atmosphere at home games been better this year since the 75th anniversary? Yes. One, because COVID last year. Last year it wasn't too hot just because of COVID. Not many people wanted to come out.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, and then this year, like,
I think it fired everyone out
yeah,
a little more.
especially with 75th.
And it was a 75th, so that
You-
helped out more.
Grant, you were here for the first game. Tab, you were not,
Yeah,
but that atmosphere was the
opening
best
night,
I'd ever seen
I
it.
don't know if I played in a better atmosphere.
2,000 fans,
There was
fireworks after the
People
game.
everywhere. Awesome fireworks show.
We had a
We
no-hitter
won.
going to the 9th inning in that game,
no-hitter.
too. It was probably the best Larks atmosphere I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, it was top notch.
Oh.
Fortunately, Kavanaugh wasn't here.
Yeah,
He was sitting at home.
I was watching.
He was here in his spirit.
Yeah.
Is that going to end this inning? We're going to take a break going to the bottom half.
No, we don't need a break.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
We can just keep talking. Is there any more questions?
No.
Bottom of the 8th. Brady Evans will lead it off. Catcher from Murray State. He's been aboard on a walk.
Oh, my.
And is now aboard on a hit by pitch. Did that one take off his helmet or hit his helmet?
I don't know if it hit his helmet or his back shoulder,
I missed it.
but
Either way, that's the 4th hit batter for Bricking on the mound. And we'll get Zach Henry to run for him.
The designated hitter, Cade Brown.
3-star running back, Zach Henry.
Henry?
Yeah.
Henry,
Zach Henry.
he's not cocky, but does like to brag about his football days, I've noticed.
Yeah.
He's cocky. He's cocky.
He hasn't closed his yearbook yet, but that's okay.
No, he put up like 200 yards against Sam's high school in like the first quarter. I know you let Sam know that one.
Yeah, he told me that Sam couldn't even touch him. He was just juking him out too much.
But Henry, 6 stolen bases from top 10.
Little dance over there, Henry.
6 stolen bases away from being in the top 10 in Larks single-season stolen base record book.
Wow.
Well, you better get him.
Got a big opportunity right now.
Steal, Henry.
I'll check out the record while we're talking. In the meantime, feel free to chat.
What would your record be if you played, Carson? What would you break?
Everything.
Probably home runs.
Yeah.
If not everything, yeah.
I mean, are you breaking the record for most Larks games, like, commented?
Oh, yeah. This is the most years
anyone's ever done it? So you broke
3.
that record?
Yep, there's a record you broke.
How long are you going to go for this?
We'll find out. I'm not sure yet. Either way, it's a 2-0 count here to Cade Brown.
You need to get that bonus from Frank.
You're going to sign your contract extension this summer?
The letter of intent.
Your letter of intent.
I'll talk him up for you. I'll get him some more money.
All right, I like that.
Maybe some more food at Chick-fil-A.
He'll be your agent.
Yeah.
Instead of $10, you can get $15.
He gets more than that.
I don't. I get the same amount you guys do.
Nothing.
I got this. Here's the 2-1 to Cade. Henry takes off.
No! Wait, let's drop
Cade
it.
drops one in the left field, and it goes by the left fielder. Henry makes his way to third. Cade makes his way to second.
He would have had his stolen base.
Woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Talk about the stolen base record. It's 38.
What's Henry at?
I think he's at 20.
He's at 20.
He needs 26 to break the Padres.
38? Wow.
He needs 6 more to break Jace Tingler, who's the manager of the Padres record. 10th best stolen bases in a season. So maybe
he could do it.
20 years, people talking about somebody needs a still amount of bases to break
Zach Henry's
Henry's record and whatever he's doing in the MLB.
You think anyone will ever break Wyatt's games played record?
I don't know.
Doubt it.
I doubt it.
And
I think they're going to make a statue of him.
They have
put him
to.
out in center field.
We'll work on it.
Oh.
Or make this the Wyatt Divis Park.
Yeah.
Could do something. Got to do something. We
Change
had
it to the Hayes Vacas.
Hayes Vacas. And a picture of Wyatt's face is our logo.
I'd play for that team.
I think everybody would. 1-0 home to Loomis above the letters. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's a good time for him to get a hit and for the beer batter.
Huge. Kisson's just staying still running. Fans look thirsty, though.
Oh, yeah. Fans are always thirsty here.
You guys enjoy being the beer batter? I know guys hate it with the pressure, but I know you celebrated one day.
My first time this year, I did pretty well, but then the second time I folded under pressure a little bit. I didn't get a single hit. Poor fans were thirsty all night.
I haven't failed the fans yet, but, I mean, it is a little nerve-wracking, I'll tell you that.
So Zach Henry will score his first run of the day and get the Larks a 6-2 lead. So it's 3-0 count now to Loomis.
You think Frank gives him the green light here, Matt?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
It's the perfect time.
He should get a good pitch to hit right here.
Loomis due for a hit. Hit pitch number 4 on the way from Brickeen.
Oh.
And he lays off and takes a walk. And Larks have put 3 aboard and 3 batters, a hit by pitch, double, and a walk.
Tyler's up, right? Yeah, I'm feeling Tyler Palmer nuke right here.
Not before we get a mound visit.
Oh, they know he's about to hit a home run, that's why.
Tyler Palmer was cranking balls out of the park like no other earlier this month.
What do you have, 5 and 6 games or 4 and 5 games,
It
something
was
like
something
that?
crazy.
Had 6
6 and
5 games.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
What's that Colorado trip?
thinner air, he was cranking them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of those balls with thick air would have been out of there because they were moonshots.
Oh, yeah, hit some in Hayes,
Going out
too.
anywhere.
But we'll get a new pitcher in here in the bottom of the 8th with runners on the corners. Guys want to take a break or keep going through the break?
It's up to you, Carson.
Yeah, you're running the show here.
How about you ask us some questions?
I've asked you questions.
I don't remember.
You came up here like a month ago. I asked you questions.
I'm talking about now. Me and Grant.
I asked you
some questions about me and Grant.
I've asked you some questions already today.
Give us a good question.
I give you good questions, and then when I did, you guys take 5 seconds to think of an answer. So
that's a good time.
What's your favorite thing about Grant Long, Matt?
Wow.
That's a tough one.
He doesn't even know because there's
too many. Favorite thing about Grant Long? He carries me in Warzone.
I carry him in Warzone.
Oh, I'm in here.
And then we'll flip it. Grant, favorite thing about Matt?
Oh.
That he allows me to carry him in Warzone.
For sure, man.
Thank you.
I have no other questions, man.
What's your favorite thing about Grant?
Yeah.
He's my friend.
What about me?
What about Cowboy?
I got nothing.
That's tough.
Nah, in all honesty, you guys put on a show every night. Fans love it. It makes it easy to the games.
Oh, yeah.
Just two good dudes came to my graduation last year.
Oh, yeah.
That was clutch.
You had that. Didn't you have a chocolate fountain?
Did you like that?
Yeah, I like putting the strawberries in them.
Yes. Glad you enjoyed that.
Very tasty.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that one. I had to freestyle that.
That's the thing on the broadcasting. I mean, professionals like me and Grant, we spit out the answers.
Yeah, we're ready.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
I'll get there. I've been doing this on the Larks for 3 years, but I still got some time to go for it.
But the best broadcaster in the business, Carson Ackerman, there.
Carson Ackerman. We're sitting right next to him.
Yeah. We say Vaca's the GOAT. No, it's Carson.
That's what they've been saying. That's what I hear every night.
There's no Tom Brady. There's no Wyatt Davis. It's Carson Ackerman.
Exactly. No MJ.
No MJ. No Wayne Gretzky.
No Mike Trout.
No. Carson Ackerman.
Appreciate it, guys. So I go to Tyler Palmer. You called a nuke here coming.
I did call a nuke.
The last game you did up here, you called
I called him.
I called a double for me.
You called like 3 plays in a row.
I know.
You were like our Tony Romo.
Just get ready. It's about to happen.
Sends this one off as bad. 0-1. Give me some time to think about. My answer for my favorite thing about Grant Long was too corny.
Yeah, it kind of was.
He's too corny?
No, my answer was too corny.
His answer was too corny.
I mean, Grant's kind of corny.
I mean, come on.
This one will catch the inside corner. 0-2.
Come on, Tyler. Home run.
Tyler's pulled every single home run this season, but there's a wind coming in.
Wind's not stopping him.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on, Tyler.
Oh my gosh!
No,
I did it! I'm amazing! I'm amazing!
Unbelievable.
I'm amazing.
No shot. No shot.
I just called that. Let's go. I'm so good at this.
That's Tyler's 7th of the season. He's tied for the team lead.
I'm good.
That ball was hit
I'm
probably
so good.
600 feet.
I can't believe I don't know how to respond.
I'm on fire up here. That's all I got to say.
That's his team-leading 7th home run.
Wow.
Picks up 3 RBIs, and the Larks are up by 7. So we go to Dylan Dreiling. Any response to that? How do you predict a home run?
How do I predict it? I'm just the GOAT.
I thought you were saying I was the GOAT.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No more Carson Ackerman.
Nope.
Matt Kavanaugh. He's the GOAT.
Wow.
There's still nobody out here in this inning.
Unbelievable.
So we go to Dylan Dreiling.
I'm in shock.
That might have been the greatest moment in the broadcast booth for the Larks.
Ever.
Oh, I know. I think it was 2 years ago. Divis hit a walk-off bomb too, and I called it. It was to run rule, but still.
It's still
I'm just,
and you called it.
I think I'm like perfect up in the booth today. It's crazy. Or just overall, I mean.
I think you missed one today.
I missed one?
You called.
I don't remember.
Cade Brown was at the plate. You called
I told Zach. I said Zach was going to steal.
Maybe that was it. Dylan Dreiling will line this one to right field and get his first hit of the day and is aboard for the second time.
From one Tennessee guy to another. Only if Fitzy could get in a bat.
Yeah, we do want Fitzy to get in that bat.
He was hitting BP the other day, and he was almost putting balls out. Oppo, too.
So Dreiling, it's his first hit of the day in his 10th game, and he's at first with still nobody out. Larks up by 7. So it's kind of just assumed the Larks would take this one in the 9th inning. Do you think a run rule's on the table? Down by
potentially
on table.
3 runs away from it. There's still nobody
with
out.
no outs.
I mean, you know it. Larks are the hottest team when it comes to the 7, 8, 9 innings.
You can never count this team out for anything. And this one will miss outside to Lawson. Do you think about your answer to that question that I just showed you from one of our viewers?
Yeah.
Has any of those two guys up there been around teams that steal as much as Frank Leo does?
I want to say no, I haven't. I've been around teams and coaches that like to steal, but not this much. I just think he knows that a lot of our guys are fast enough and get good enough jumps to steal. And obviously, stealing is a huge part of the game, and it helps us win. So, I mean, a guy going from first, when you're up to bat and he steals second, creates an RBI opportunity for us. So,
yeah,
Frank knows that.
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys on the team that are just super fast too.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
not just fast, like really fast.
Yeah, Zach, Leo.
So the answer is, I guess, no. I haven't been a part of a team that steals this much, and I like it.
Oh yeah, I love stealing.
Even though I have 0 stolen bases, I love it.
Yeah, me and Grant got 0 of the
of the 400 we have.
Yeah.
Last year was really just Leo stealing, but like we talked about, this team is just fast.
Yeah.
Henry, Palmer,
Frenchie,
Leo.
Yeah, I mean,
Cam's had quite a few.
Lawson.
Does Divis have a stolen base?
He has to.
One for
there
one.
we go. I mean, he's amazing. He does everything.
He is the highest stolen base percentage on the team. 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
I got the lowest.
Yep, we're tied for the lowest. We got 0.
0 for 1.
Oh, you got thrown out.
Yeah. But
oh, that's
yeah,
right.
That game.
Poor Cowboy.
Yeah, it's all right. I told Frank, I was like, I'm not a stolen base guy. And he's like, come on, you can steal on this guy. And then I get thrown out.
All right.
I did slow up, so that is my fault.
0-1 to Schmidt, line down the line. Dylan's going to round second and head to third and hold up.
Run, Grant. Oh, Dylan, hold up.
And it's a single for Schmidt. After the strikeout from Lawson, Schmidt now has 2 hits, been aboard 3 times. This will be the 8th hitter of the inning, Palmer Hutchison. This pitcher on the mound, I don't think we talked about it. Matthew Kofkin, he pitched yesterday in the doubleheader that the Larks swept. Nobody from the RoughRiders are really...
Oh, I got a question for you, Carson.
All right, I'll get to my point later. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Who has the best walk-up song on the team?
Cortland.
I do like Cortland.
It's Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z, man.
is awesome.
Who has the worst?
Grant's is country, so I think
don't disrespect country
There's nothing wrong with that song, but he did use it last year.
I do.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not a big country guy, but I don't mind that one.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
I like changing it up. I think it's fun whenever you go year to year changing your walk-up song up.
De Leon, do you remember his 3 years ago?
Oh,
it was funky.
It was the...
You and Brooke, we had it on camera dancing to it during one of the broadcasts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always get, like, Latin music and dance all around to it.
So that is another hit by pitch, the second of the inning, the 5th of the game. And it loads the bases, and if Cam Harrison can unload the bases, Larks win it in 8.
That would be nice.
Very nice. I don't want to call anything just because I don't want to ruin my greatness.
Or do you just not know what's going on here?
I have something, but I don't want to say it.
Cam led the team in total bases last year. Has an RBI already today. Pops this one.
Down.
No drop.
I was about to say, it was not a fly out to the catcher.
One away, runner on every base for the Larks. Cam at the plate. So Fort Hays State commits after spending a couple years at Cochise. That's a big get for the Tigers.
Oh, yeah. Excited to see what Cam does at Fort Hays.
Yeah.
Especially with Divis coaching there this upcoming fall.
Yep.
I mean, that's going to be fun. They always butt necks with each other.
Butt heads.
Same thing.
Does that Divis
Close
seem
enough.
public yet? I've been keeping it on the low during the broadcast.
He is coming to Fort Hays this fall. And
I mean, I
gonna
knew it
help
was
coach.
happening. I
He's
just didn't
helping
know if we were supposed to talk about it yet.
Oh, it's
well,
fine.
we did.
We did, so it's out there.
Yeah,
Good,
it's out
he
there.
can get mad at me if he wants. But he's a great guy to have around, that's for sure.
Divis is one of
knows
the
his stuff.
Divis is just one of the smartest baseball players I've met.
Oh, yeah, he knows the game very well.
Especially being able to pitch and hit, knows both ends very well.
Otani.
So Otani, I said it earlier.
It's looking good for our record-breaking win streak, that's for sure.
7 runs with 3 outs to go. This one will be fouled off the inside of the Cam's bats.
Derek's had a long break, though, that's for sure.
It's been a huge, but didn't face Fitz yesterday. He had quite a few innings with big breaks.
And he pitched amazing, too.
They got a great game.
Maybe the breaks helped him a lot. I know I was
Good.
talking to him earlier. He said his shoulder was on fire this morning. He threw a lot of pitches.
Well, he was on fire last night.
Line
Oh, there you
drive
go,
over the
Cam.
head of Churchich.
That should be two.
Dreiling scores, Schmidt scores,
Palmer.
and they're going to hold Hutchison at third. It's an RBI double for Cam Pearson. The Larks have batted around and are up 11-2.
Well, now we just need one.
Ooh. Schmidt scores his 3rd run of the game, and the Larks up by 9.
Oh, yeah.
Brady Evans comes up to bat now.
The catcher,
Good intro right there, Grant. Good intro. Here's another question, Carson. Who's your favorite person to sit next to in a broadcast? Out of all the people that you've
No hard
been
feelings.
with. Yeah, you could say
You
whoever.
you can say me. It's okay.
I mean, you've had Mikey Gangwish up here.
Had Gangwish.
I know he was probably a lot of fun. I
Love
mean,
Mikey.
Sam, I know he's one of the low
Sam
ones.
was fun. I
he's
enjoy Sam.
probably not too fun.
I don't know. I think we've done the most together.
We
So
definitely
I gotta,
have.
with all due respect, Grant, I think I got to go with Cav. It just
No hard feelings.
it runs deep.
Oh, yeah. Brother Bond.
It's delivered to Evans inside and low, and that will save the game on the block by Rady.
Maybe if you went with the Valley Center,
Mud Daubers.
the Daubers, and had some more chances up here
Yeah.
and be an expert like me.
I think you're right on that one.
2 in scoring position.
Yeah.
Evans
Game over.
Sends this one to right center, and it's going to drop and
Game.
score. Hutchison from third. Larks win it 12-2 against the Rough Riders.
Send it. Send it.
Attaboy, Brady.
Woo. Larks are hot.
Larks are hot. That's the record, isn't it, Carson?
14-game winning streak, the longest in the history.
Wow.
Aren't you glad to be a part of something like this,
It's
Carson?
phenomenal.
The best team in Larks history. We'll just say it right now.
Yeah. And we're not done.
Hunter Parker, the winner, 3-0 in the season.
And the Larks
The Larks go to 26-4 overall, 14-2.
Hunter Parker picks up win number 3. Larks now 26-4 on a 14-game winning streak. Your R&B champs win it here 12-2 against the Rough Riders. Final thoughts before we end the broadcast.
Just thanks for having us on, Carson. It
Yeah.
was a blast as usual.
Love coming up here, Carson.
It was a legendary night,
We'll
boys.
wait for our next off day, and we'll be
We'll-
back
we'll
up
be
here.
back.
We got 5 more games to get it done.
I'll have another
We'll
off
have an
day.
off
All
Cowboy
right.
might have 3.
Yeah, probably.
That's okay. I might too.
Well, it
We'll
was
be back though.
It was a legendary night. Larks win it 12-2 here against the Rough Riders. Signing off, this has been Carson Ackerman.
Grant Lone.
And Matt Kavanaugh.
We'll see you on Friday, first pitch at 7 p.m. Against the Denver Cougars. Larks sweep the Rough Riders in 4 games and have their longest winning streak in team history. Good night, and we'll see you Friday.